Okay, I'm going to give you two sizes of paper, a rectangle and a square, and have you experiment with these two. This is a really simple thing to do, and it's similar to like when you look at clouds, you're trying to turn them into something and see something with them. And so I'm going to draw a line on the top right here, and this is kind of up to you on what you want this to look like. I'm going to go with that across the top of it and cut this out. And this doesn't have to be perfect because you're removing it from the other piece, and so it's like a puzzle piece, so it's going to puzzle piece back together. Okay, so I have removed this section right here, and I'm going to slide it down. Okay, so it's going to stay the same position and just slide down to the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to put a piece of tape on this and make sure it's connected. I want it right up against that edge. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so you can see that that part has been connected down to the bottom. I'm going to do one more. Okay, so then I'm going to do another piece on the other side. So really it can be either way. You can draw one here and connect it over here, or you can draw one here and connect it over here. Okay, so I'm just going to do, I think I'm going to do that shape. And I might even round that a little bit more, and I'll show you why in a second. See if I like that better. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one out. And I'm going to send home a couple pieces of paper, just so you have lots of things to try. Yeah, I don't know if I like this one more or less. Well, I'll show you my next one. Okay, so this is my shape. And so if I trace this over and over again, it's going to fit together like a puzzle piece. Okay, so I can put this like any direction, but it's going to like connect. Okay, so I'm just going to draw 3 of these so you can see, and draw this in pen so you can see the lines well. Okay, so then you can see when you move this over, it's going to fit, right? So it fits over here. Okay, and then down here, same thing, it fits. Okay, so you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, okay, what does this shape look like? What do you see? And you really do have to kind of turn and, you know, see what you see with it as you're looking at it, okay? And if you look at lots of things from MC Escher, so let's look at this. So his tessellations, you can see that they are like 2 colors, right? So you can really see the pattern, and the lines on there are very simple, right? There's not lots of detail. So it's just enough to give you an idea of what that animal looks like, from the birds to the horses, the salamanders, the fish, that kind of thing. Okay, so I have mine that I worked on, and so I'm kind of looking and thinking, okay, what do I see with this? Here was my one from last hour, which looks a little different. I cut out something similar, but I cut maybe deeper on this one than I did here. And so at least I was trying to change this a little bit to see if I liked it more. But for me, I saw a dragon. So I drew a line for his neck and these as like his like spikes, and then turned this one into like a horn, gave him an eye, part of a nostril, a mouth, and a jaw. And so for that one, I could do the same thing here. I mean, it would just look maybe a little bit different. And when you make them, sometimes you have to tweak them and change them. I could possibly like cut this one a little deeper if I wanted to really make that horn like show. But what I want you to do is draw on this what you see it looking like, okay? Because every single one of these will have those lines on it. Okay, so you're going to pick 2 colors. You're going to have those simplified lines that go on top of it, and then things will be colored and filled in. You will even fill in like these gaps up here, okay, to make the whole page like flow together. Okay, so even these would get traced, so then it would go off the page. Okay, so that's where we're headed on making a tessellation. It could be an animal if you want to. It could be the whole animal. It could be the animal's head. It could be an object. Okay, maybe you see something else with it. But it's up to you on what you want to do and what you want to turn this into. Okay, and I want you to try a rectangular one as well and a square one. This is something that usually the first time you do it, it might not work, okay? And it's pretty easy to mess the paper up and have to grab another piece and try again, okay? But you want to learn from it, change the lines, and try and do something different. Think about the different lines you can draw, curvy, wavy, zigzagged. You could draw really deep into a piece, okay? Or really shallow, okay?